Thanks for joining us, America. We're glad you're here. Allie is with us in Austin, Texas. Hey, Allie, how are you?
Hey, Dave. How's your day?
Better than I deserve. What about you?
Well, it could be a little better. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Since I was 18, my father and I have had issues with my stepmother opening up credit cards in our name. Since then, I've paid about $10,000 off in her debt, and
Why?
my father's. Well, my dad is the sole source of income for the family, and he had over $50,000 in his name. So
Yeah,
not
why
only
would
was I-
you allow anyone to steal your identity and then you pay the bill?
Well, she's had control of it while I was in high school and everything,
No,
and
she
I didn't
doesn't.
find out about it.
No, she doesn't. It's still illegal.
Yes, it is definitely illegal. I completely
Why would you
understand.
pay the bill?
For my dad?
Why? How is it helping your dad to support a criminal?
Right? Well, see, okay, so recently I had another one pop up, and from what these people are saying is that it was opened up in 2005.
Did you open it?
No, I did not.
Then you don't owe it.
Okay, yes. Well, I have a question in reference to the limitation statute.
There is no debt. There is no statute of limitations on a debt that you don't owe.
Yes. Well, I was trying to keep this like as civil as possible.
It's not civil to support a bank robber. The lady's
Okay.
a freaking thief.
Agreed.
Okay. At what
Agreed.
point are you guys going to quit this? I mean, you guys are like the whole family protecting drunk mom. This is so codependent, it's unbelievable. Are you hearing yourself?
Oh no, trust me. I've went around and around for years, and my dad's my best friend, and anything I can do to help him, I try to. But
You really think you're helping him?
I think I'm helping him find, like, in money wise. Yes, he recently found another $15,000 that he's going to have to pay, and then this
No, he
one
doesn't.
came up for me.
I mean, when's he going to stop?
I don't know. That's
When
a
are we
good
going to deal
question.
with this woman? You want to
don't
help your
know.
dad?
Well-
Help him deal with this woman.
Well, and that's my plan now. I've already talked, because I am in law enforcement. I've talked to one of my investigators, and they said the best thing to do is to file a fraud report. Which
Yes.
Yes, I understand that. But I was calling in reference for my dad from this card that the last payment was made. It was in 2006. And in the state of Texas, for the Texas Remedies and Practices, I think it was, it says that in the state of Texas it's 4 years. And
No, it's not.
being,
No, it's not. It's not. There's no years involved. There is no statute of limitations on a debt you do not owe.
Okay,
Identity
well,
theft, you do not owe. Allie, you're in law enforcement. If someone steals someone's checkbook and signs their checks, and that
Yeah.
bank comes back after the person, they can't collect on it because the checks were fraudulently signed. Isn't that correct?
Oh, yeah, yes.
Okay, they can't collect on this debt. The debt is fraud-based. Just because you know the crook doesn't mean it's not a criminal.
I know. We were just trying to keep it civil.
It's not civil, honey. It's codependent. I'm serious. You guys have got to deal with this. She's not going to stop. Have you not figured that out?
Well, don't you think, like,
Every
I
time your
understand
dad cleans this crap up, she does it again.
Well, what is your recommendation? That's really
My
what I'm
recommendation
calling
is to
do.
file a fraud report.
Okay, just in reference to the one, because I know my dad isn't going to go in there and do that.
Okay, well, that's your dad's problem. You can't make your dad behave. But he's acting like this is going to go away. He's acting like his wife is on cocaine, and he's acting like she doesn't have a problem. You see it every day in your world, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
People that close their eyes and put their hands over their ears and go, la, 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 this isn't really happening.
Yeah.
And so that's I'm not trying to be mean to her or mean to you or create problems for you. You've already got problems. But I don't think the statute of limitations applies. You can check with a lawyer, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't apply in a fraud situation, because in a fraud situation, the debt is declared completely invalid.
Yes.
And let me just tell you, here's the sad truth. They probably will not criminally pursue her. But I would file a police report. a fraud police report on this and tell the truth that you know who the criminal is, and then I would get in touch with the fraud and fraud victim division of that particular credit card company, and I would say, listen, here's the police report. I just discovered this. Apparently, it was my stepmother. I'm not sure. Can't prove that, but I can prove it wasn't me. You do not have my signature on file, and you need to clear this file from my name because you don't have me. It's identity theft. Good luck on finding the crook.
Exactly.
And and then they're going to want 62 different affidavits filled out and other things, and you fill them all out, and it gets out of your name. You need to clean up your name, Allie. But really, for this lady's sake, somebody needs to deal with her. Yes. She's mentally ill.
I agree. I agree completely.
Somebody needs to love her enough to help her.
Yeah.
Instead of covering for her.
Instead of
covering, don't cover for her anymore. You got to love her enough to help her. And maybe that's a good way to help your dad, is give him the strength to deal with something that he's a good man and he just doesn't have the strength to deal with this. And it's not, I love her. It's not loving her. You're not loving your wife while you're standing there watching her destroy you and destroy her own life and be a crook. That is not loving someone. That's just being a wuss. It's not love. It's being a coward. And I don't mean that I'm not trying to be mean to you or to him. I'm just trying to say real clearly that you guys need to not ever say the word love in regard to this situation anymore, because there's not any love here until you help this lady. That's when there's love. Open phones at 888-825-5225. I got to tell you, this identity theft thing drives me bananas. It's one thing for some bozo in some Eastern Bloc country to hack Target's files or whoever and get your stuff and then sell those numbers off and you get your identity. You get your identity stolen. That's one thing. I get that. There's crooks everywhere. There's mobsters everywhere. I get the whole thing. I understand. It's just part of life today. You really aren't safe. I understand that. But when your own dadgum family does it, it's like financial incest. It's unbelievable. It's so gross. I get all redneck. I just want to smack somebody. I mean, I cannot believe someone, I run into these people all the time who stole their elderly parents' identity and ran up debt in some 87-year-old's name because they're too freaking lazy to get a job and buy their own car. I run into people all the time, like this poor lady Allie I'm just talking to. Bless her sweetheart. She and her dad, they're just nice as they can be. And I'm glad we've got nice people in law enforcement. That's a good thing. We need them there. But you know what? What kind of monster is this woman that takes a 17-year-old Allie and starts running up debt in a teenager in her house? I mean, it's just unbelievable, man. Let me just tell you. Let me help you with this. If you're signing someone else's name to a document and you don't have a power of attorney, you just committed fraud. You're a criminal. Well, it's just my husband. No, you're a freaking criminal. You do not sign someone else's name to a document, period, unless you have a power of attorney. You do not have rights to do that because you know them, because you sired them, or because you're in their bloodline, or because God help them, they married you. You're a freaking crook when you steal money. And when you steal money using your own kids, your own family's name, you just get a special kind of gross stamped on your forehead. Unbelievable. Stop it, people. Listen, if you're facing this stuff, or even if you're not, you need to go to XanderInsurance.com. You need to get that identity theft protection in place. They assign a counselor to you to take care of all this. If it happens to you, a caseworker, that's why I've got it on me, my kids, and every one of my employees. This stuff's rampant.